Hello, it's the StyleCon coming at you today from the Tobacco Company in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. Enjoying this nice, beautiful day. We've had a couple of chilly days, if you ask me, in the 60s. Typically, we're about in the 80s, 85 right now. Smoking on my Rocky Patel Super Ligero cigar. Very tasty cigar. If you're into them, I'd give one a try. Now, let's get into today's topic of discussion. Alright, today's topic will be, are you truly a watch collector? I just did a video maybe less than a week ago, and I was basically talking about how many watches you should have in your collection depending upon your profession. There is a person, she goes by the name of CG, of the Amateur Watch Collector channel, and she put something down there. Basically, what I stated also is that I'm not a big fan of people that collect watches and put them in a safe. And then she wrote, how about if they have some horological significance or history? It's like, okay, well, I thought about it, for a couple of days before I decided to do this video. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what, she might have a point there. But now, my thing is, when do you move from a collector to an investor or a curator? You say, StyleCon, a curator? Why would you be a curator of watches? And actually, StyleCon actually was a curator of watches in his younger days. I used to probably own about 30 to 35 watches. Probably about 10 of those had wrist time. The other 25, I'd break them out every now and then. I'd clean them up, put them back in their boxes, and then I was done with them. They didn't get any wrist time. To me, that's a curator. That's no different than going to a museum, or the watch museum that we have here in Lancaster. You're just going to put it in there. You're not doing anything with it. People can check it out. You can look at it, but it's not getting any wrist time. That's a curator in my eyes. Second thing is the investor. I was just reading about Eric Clapton not that long ago, maybe a couple months ago. He had a very rare Patek Philippe, and I'm not sure if he even wore this watch, but it sold for millions and millions of dollars. And there was a gentleman that did buy the watch from him, and needless to say, from what I read, this gentleman doesn't plan on wearing this watch. He's going to put it in a safe, and needless to say, he's hoping it's going to appreciate, and then he's going to sell it for more money. Nothing wrong with that. But now, if you're a collector, and if you look up the definitions of any of these words, curator, someone who looks after, investor, someone who puts money in something expecting to get a return later on down the road. And then there is the collector, and that's somebody who does this for a hobby. Now, most of you out there probably already knows, when you do things for a hobby, if it's, collecting watches, if it's collecting cameras, whatever it is, most of the collectors I know use the products they have. I have a buddy who's really into photography. He has a bunch of old cameras, new cameras. Now, he doesn't use his old cameras all the time, but he does use his cameras. To me, that's a true collector. He's not putting them in a safe and not ever seeing them again and holding out, hoping he's going to get more money. And he's not just a curator who pulls the cameras out, dusts them off, and then later on down the road, they're just there. But once again, it just all depends what you really are. To me, if you're going to be a collector, it's something, when you go to buy that watch, you use it. It may not be every day. I did another video, and I was talking about a Gerard Perigo that I bought, and I forget, it's a 60 or 65, vintage piece. And I got very little wrist time. It did cause me some problems later on down the road, and I did get rid of it. But that's one of those things, I did wear the watch. I might have worn it once a month, once every month, but I did break it out. And to me, that makes you a true collector. Once again, this is StyleCon. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I do plan on making a lot more content in the near future. So if you like, please subscribe. And if you do like, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.